I just want to do some real talk right now. So in front of you, I recorded myself installing the 7900 XT to replace my 7700 XT. But I put this up because this is part of the discussion that I wanted to start. And that's the question, like maybe answering the question why did I want to replace my 7700 XT or upgrade it to a 7900 XT. My 7700 XT was actually running the games pretty well that I played. I just got done with like Warhammer and I was just achieving, average 50 to 60 some FPS, or is it 70s? Like somewhere there, maybe it'll go down to the 50s. 50s would be the low end, and then it would be like 60 to 70s for frames, FPS. Everything else, man. Resident Evil 4, I was achieving like 90s. So, man, the 7700 XT, which is right in front of you right now, which I'm about to, uninstall. Oh, it was a bittersweet moment because this card has definitely served me very, very well. And it could have served me even now very, very well. Even probably with the games that have just, that came out recently. But I don't know. Um, guys, I guess the a big motivator was when I played Alan Wake 2 and my frames at high settings. Okay, granted, high settings, but still, like, when was that made? Like, holy shit. Um, that shouldn't really give my graphics card like a freaking beating, right? But it did. Like, I was running at high. I think I was only getting like high 40s, low 50s. And I was like, what the heck is going on here? And then my visuals would be a little choppy here and there. And I was like, oh man. But man, other than that, it ran well. But that just actually just gave me like that feeling like I think I need to look into upgrading my GPU. And this is crazy because this is actually the second time I'm upgrading. So the first GPU that I had was the 6650 XT, and then I upgraded to this one, the 7700 XT. And then I'm upgrading now to the 7900 XT. And guys, I purchased this GPU at maybe a wrong time. Maybe I should have waited, but I just like, I had zero kind of hope that 5K cards would be available. 9070 XT cards would be available, but I was proved wrong. I guess like there's 5080s popping up at MSRP and 9070 XTs being sold at like 800. And I honestly bought this 7900 XT at a price where I could have gotten the 9070 XT, definitely. So anyway, it was I'm not gonna, I have no regrets. I love my 7900 XT, and hopefully it will serve me for a year or and more. Um, yeah. So I get sorry. So getting back to my discussion, the question that I had is like, why did I upgrade? And I hope I speak to like a lot of you. Why did I upgrade? Why did I feel the need to upgrade when the 7700 XT was running it all and all that? I even tested it in Monster Hunter Wilds benchmark and the the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I was achieving more than freaking like more than 60 frames. I was achieving, I think, if anything, Monster Hunter Wilds benchmark, I don't really recall, but it was like probably 70s. And then I'm also achieving the same thing in Kingdom Come Deliverance. But it was just that one game, man. Alan Wake 2 just got me going into that. And then, but what's the main thing? And this is the main reason. Look at that. Oh, look at that size, man. Damn. Okay, what's the main reason? And I just want to spit this out because I was thinking about this. I would sometimes come up with like random thoughts, like when I'm working out, driving, or whatever, right? And I'm sure it happens to everyone. But the reason that I think is like the main or I'm gonna describe it in like different ways, or maybe there's two reasons I can describe it, right? The first one, I think the main thing, guys, the first one is to have that cushion. And I would call it even to feel that overpower, to feel that power, you know, um, to run games with that peace of mind, knowing that, okay, to run games now, like for example, Steam is throwing out, oh, you can run you need this for 60 frames and blah, 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 blah. And I'm sure that really like pushes us like, oh, damn, okay, I need this graphics card now. I mean, I want to run more than 60 frames. I want to run 100 plus frames for this game. And that's, I think, the biggest reason, guys, is the cushion. We want to feel that our system is overpowering, right? When it runs games compared to games. And that cushion definitely leads to that second reason, which is future proofing. We want to future proof our systems to hopefully last us a long time. And for those who are looking at those red lights, those lights, I was like, what's going on? But I kind of like, okay, I think it's the red lights were coming out in the 7900 XT because there was just no power, right? There was no power. And I think that's when I checked the PSU and I was like, okay, it was on. The power supply was on. Again, I was just opening this right up, right straight. Like, this is really was my setup, and I think I just like turned off the system and I didn't turn off the power supply, which I should have done at the beginning. My bad. Um, yeah, to have that cushion, to feel that, the power in our system. Like I got more than enough for this game to feel that, right? Because we love feeling that, especially when we play games. It's a good example is Black Myth Wukong. When we do the second, third playthrough, we love feeling like, oh man, this boss is easy now, easy. Right after it puts us like through hell on the first playthrough. And we love that feeling, right? The feeling of having more than enough, having something, yeah, having more than enough, and to have something that can play anything, everything. And I hope my 7900 XT can do that. Not as good as the 9070 XT, of course, or the XTX, and blah, blah, blah. But I think it's still in the mid to high end. Mid to high, maybe in the middle of that mid to high now, because every time there's a new GPU or more powerful, it keeps pushing down the the high end GPUs now are become the mid to high, and the mid GPUs now the lower mid GPU, and so on and so forth. So I think you guys get me, right? When a game, or we don't want 60 FPS. We don't want to just have the minimum. We want to have more than the minimum. We want to have that cushion. We want to have 200 FPS. Even though the game says, "Oh, you're good with you can play with 60 FPS," but we want that 200 FPS. We want that 140 FPS more, so we don't have to worry about anything. We want that peace of mind. Yeah, I think that's really true. But anyway, guys, I think I've explained my points, and definitely I got the 7900 XT to feel all of that, to feel the power in my system, to future proof my system for a little bit longer than the 7700 XT, and to have 20 gigs VRAM. Shit, bro. I'm sorry. And then yeah, just to make sure and you guys, I'm sure you guys feel like you guys want to have more than enough. More than enough. Yeah, and I hope you guys like the content. If you do, like and subscribe and follow. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.